These 6 books are my 6 god tier fantasy books. These are the books that are just head and shoulders above everything else for me. They're the books that have, made me yell, they've made me cry, they've left me with the biggest book hangovers I've ever had in my life. I can't wait to share them with you. Starting out with book number 6, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is one of my favourite books of all time, by one of my favourite authors of all time, and it has one of my favourite characters of all time. This is the beginning of the Realm of the Elderlings. This is book 1 of the Farseer trilogy. This is the perfect place to start with Robin Hobb. It is an incredible story. You'll fall in love with the characters, and she's a queen of a slow burn. It'll start out a bit slow, but by the end it's just an absolute page turner that you cannot put down. Incredible book. For book number 5, we have Mistress of the Empire by Raymond D. Feist and Jenny Wurst. This is the final book of the Empire trilogy. This is one of the strongest closing books of a trilogy of all time that I've ever read. It's one of my favourite books. It's got some of my favourite characters. Mara of the Akoma, who is the lead character in the 3 books, is incredible. She is one of the strongest female leads I've ever read. It is just a trilogy that you must read if you are a fantasy reader, and this book is my favourite out of all 3. Book number 4 is Demon Storm by James Barclay. Now this is actually the 6th book in the Ravens Chronicles. It's the final book of the 2nd trilogy. It is unreal. The Ravens are a mercenary band. They're guns for hire. They're a mismatched group. They sort of, they're the anti-heroes that you just sort of, you can't not love. They don't go looking to be heroes, but they always end up in situations where they have to save the entire world. And it's just one of the best, mercenary band books that I've ever read, and it is an absolute god tier book for me. Book number 3 does not need any introductions. It's Magician by Raymond E. Feist, the original masterwork of magic and adventure. I need not even say anything about this book. This is one of the all-time greats. It's got one of my favourite characters, Pug. This is the beginning of, I think it's a 36-book arc. I've read all of them. They're all incredible, but this book is the very beginning of it. And just such a piece. This is up there with Lord of the Rings. Feist is incredible, and this is an absolute must-read book. Book number 2, and it was so hard not to put this as book number 1. This is literally like one of my favourite books of all time. It's A Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. Oh, my girl Robin Hobb again, the queen, the emperor of fantasy. This book is, I cried for the last 100 pages of this book. It is incredible. The emotional connection that Hobb draws, gets you to draw into her characters, is unlike any other author I've ever read. And this is, even though this is book 9 in the Realm of the Elderlings, you have to read the first 8. That every 8 of those books is worth it to get to this one. This is incredible, and it is a must read. And finally, my number 1 god tier book of all time. This is my favourite book ever written. I remember exactly where I was. I remember how old I was the first time I read it. Nothing will ever unseat this from the throne for me. And it is The Painted Man by Peter V. Brett. It focuses around 3 main characters, but the main character, Arlen Bales, when I was a kid, when I read this, he was who I imagined myself being when I would play make-believe in my head. He was a man that I wanted to be, or the powers that I wanted to have when I grew up. This book is incredible. If you love high fantasy, you will love this book. It has everything that you want.